Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Dominions 5. We are playing God, the Bob of Friwald in the early fall, year 5 of the Ascension Wars. This is turn 66, and let's just dive right into it. Gelimer has successfully empowered himself in nature. So now we have spent a lot of gems on one of our little hobbits, and forgot about the fire weaknesses, empowered himself in earth. So empowerment going down. This is the first time I've ever empowered anything in any game. Did we do it earlier? No, I don't think so. Didn't I empower someone else? I forgot. But regardless, this game has been the first time I have empowered someone in Dominions 5. And then, let's see. He has claimed, Avas has claimed the Throne of Knowledge in the name of Sisporn. So that was a Portis's old throne. So another throne. Command Me Bowl has claimed the throne of the First Age. We have some spell searching, side searching spells, and we find something here. An enchanted windmill, which is just air gems and some bonuses, I believe, not anything important. Twiceborn, Architectural Giant, Horror Specs, another Angel, Bone Fiend, Wraithward, Horror Specs. We cast Dispel, but the Dispel failed. This was against the Stellar Focus of Rosbart. So, no, goddammit, of us. And I had to go into the manual and read about Dispel in order to really understand what was going on here, because I think I overcasted it a little bit, and I'm not sure. But apparently there's both some dice rolls, and it takes into the account of the level of the mage casting it, and how much you overcast, and then it rolls some dice and adds some bonuses depending on those two factors. For both sides, and then you have to overcome it. And we didn't do it in this case, so we will try again. So I learned something there. And then let's see. Oh, the magic signs we found. A proclamation from Shanton. They now have a new prophet. And then that is the end of that. And some battles here. There was a battle in Shanton. Oh, this one's interesting, I believe. Ah, yes. Here she is. So, now I thought I understood it, but then apparently I don't, because the whole thing was that she's back. She is back. Adulation of the Writhing Flesh, Mother of Marses, is back. And I told the guy who played Shanton about that, and he said it must have been the prophet who called it back, because I'm sure that we killed all the priests. But as we just saw, the prophet was assigned this turn, right? Here, proclamation from Shenton. We just have that happen. So there was not a prophet last turn, and thus he could not have called prophet then. So there might be a priest unit inside Hesperia, or the final army that is sitting on one of Harasbat's fortresses. My bad. But she will indeed kill the province defense we had in Shanton. We need more than just a few hobbits to take her down. She doesn't have any items, and she doesn't have a player to script her, so she will die. I'm fairly certain. She also spawns with some afflictions. I don't know if she lost anything in Magic Pass, but she has Chest Wound and a Never Healing Wound. So she's not in the best shape. But nonetheless, I found it both funny and a little bit annoying. And I think Mr. Shenton was very proud that she came back and that she is annoying me again. So at least he took some joy from that. And then there was a battle in Walden. This is in Angel of Fury, just destroying some of Rasbat's stuff. In the Sacred Lake, we are reclaiming the underwater provinces. In the Endless Caverns, we are flying in an angel to take this province. I think that was Frodo. In the Faring Mountains, we had another Rasbat province taken by an angel. And as long as they don't have any special units, they don't have any trouble with it at all. In the World's Teeth Mountains, let's have a look at that one, because that is a little bit interesting. This is the Throne province that I'm aware that the Wraithward will not take it. It's so low commitment. I could probably make something that could have taken it a little bit faster, but we're doing it this way. We're just going to see what happens if I throw in a rainbow, right? If nothing else, these skeletons, they're moving forward and they will engage these troops. So we can kill them. Right? Meanwhile, the monolith back here, see, once the problem is, if you guys can hear me, is that once these skeletons, they get far enough, they get absolutely annihilated by these thingies. Now, he will stand there and continue to throw his skeletons forward, and once they get far enough, they die. Then he okay, so he is scripted to move forward, okay. And then he dies. So we need to come up with something a little bit more creative than one Wraith Lord at least. Yeah. In the below, one scout. Yeah, it's just in case Rasbad moved his Vampire Lord, I moved into the Cave Province where there's a Vampire Lord stationed, and once again, Rasbad has staled. He has let us know that he was intending to go AI, and so he will be going AI soon. But he has not done it yet, and thus the player is staling at this point. Sulfuria, another angel coming in to claim a province. There's two mages here, which is a little bit dangerous, but he manages to go through it. It's not like, I mean, these could have spawned a swarm of bugs, which would have probably stopped him, but they didn't. In Rimire, we are being attacked by... oh, this is a big battle. Alright, let's take this one. So, right, this is on top of Rimire, next to the capital of Atinium. And we have this little grouping here. Not a lot of them, not a lot of troops, but we have a significant mage corps. At least a nice one, right? It's our Skeleton Spammers. We have what? I can count 4 Skeleton Spammers in here. We have I'm the Good Guy, the Wraith Lord, who also is a Skeleton Spammer, and he's assigned to that duty. So in Hill Giants, we have 1 Angel, Keejchen self-insert, so I'm here, and then 3 Buried Initiates that are sort of insignificant. And then this smattering of different monsters, backed up by some mages with different kinds of spells, actually. So there are gems here, lots of gems, more gems, and bunches of gems, and more gems, and gems, and gems. And so if this was scripted by a player, I'm absolutely certain we would lose this battle. We'll see how the AI does. They just move forward in a blob, which is fine for these monsters. They are pretty tough. There's a lot of them. But we will be skeleton spamming and buffing our troops back in the back line here. And we just sort of need... Our units need to hold off the enemy long enough for the skeleton spam to really come online. We have a unit flying back here, but it will be murdered. And then this angel here will hopefully fly to the back line and do some good work. I think if this is Arrowfin that has been cast. We're seeing a lot of swarm. Look at that. Fortunately, the swarm is not very good against skill spam. And the hobbits in general. I think the angel is on scripted to hold an attack closest in this case to support the army. And I think that's good in this case, because if they manage to push into the mage core before the skill spam could really push them back, it would be bad. So we have the angel in here to hold the front line and thug it out, while the units do their job. They are all the way up here, really close to the mage core. Now they're throwing some spells, some attack spells as well. Our Banes are moving around. So many bugs on the ground. And we are holding the midline here. We have Keejchen here who doesn't have regeneration, right? So he's not in the best spot for a long engagement. Some of the units are moving back, so this grouping back here. And I didn't work too hard on this script because I knew it's just against AI. In all fairness, that does make it a little bit more of a fair fight. This is a force giant fleeing, so they've sort of taken a lot of losses already, and some of their troops are fleeing. And it's really close to the mage core, but we are just about holding them with some thuggy units right here at the center. And back here, we're drawing them back. They're getting really close. None of the mages have fallen yet. The Hydromancer is still alive here. Keejchen self-insert is still alive, has taken a little bit of damage, but not too bad, and he is murdering fishmen by the dozens. This Spirit Initiate has decided to run. Look at that, they're really close now. Now they are touching one of the mages here. Oh, we're running. Oh no. And there the Hydromancer died, I think to friendly fire even. Damn. Keejchen is down to 32 hit points now. This the gelatinous cubes can actually harm him. Yeah, this is doing exactly that, so that's pretty concerning. I think we've routed their fishmen now, their frontline soldiers, but all of our mages have run away now. So hopefully most of them live. Now it's down to whatever's left. We have I'm the good guy, the Wraith Lord. And we have Keejchen, who's now down to 10 HP. Weakened and never healing wound. But now most of their army has routed. And the mages are running away, so it was really close. But the angel is sort of hard to break, and so is the Wraith Lord here. And as long as one commander stays, the units will stay, and so they are still fighting some of them. And we managed to move in and kill them here. And now Keejchen will just go forward and try to kill some of the stragglers. With a little bit of luck, we get that mage back there. That would be nice. Kill him. Yes, we get him. Nice. So, big losses on both sides. We found a Burning Blade and a Blue Dragon Scale Mail. Only one mage died on their side, but 166 units died. On our side, 53 died, of which one were the Hydromancer, and we lost one Bird Initiate. And Keejchen took a lot of hits and some afflictions, but a lot of our guys ran away. Everyone retreats successfully though, so it's fine. And all in all, I think it's a decent trade, and we stay on top of their fort, but we will need to once again assemble more army to come in and siege down the fort. But it's all about, like, we are definitely outproducing them in every way, so it's just trading efficiently, which we are doing, and we'll eventually whittle them down. And then in High Mill, we are moving up with our underwater raiding force. We lose one Atlantean militia to take the province. There was a white shaman in here, but it's just not enough to hold us back. And in Wildwith, another raiding group moving forward and killing a lot of PD in here. In the Royal Forest, it's another angel killing Rustbout PD. And the Green Marshes is a white shaman coming in to attack us, and we have been beaten by a stronger force in this case, so they do manage to take the Green Marshes from us. And that is here. So the Shetland has three provinces in total. One of them being the Shenton Fort, where we only have one unit on top of it, which is the Mother of Monsters that's now back. Let's see here. A white shaman, no. So no priests here. There's no priest units in here. There might have been a battle here that killed the priest unit, though. So if there was one here calling God, we wouldn't have seen it. There was no priest unit here. So let's try to keep in mind, and I'll try to do the same for the next episode, whether or not we find... Oh, we haven't broken the fortification. But once we break Hesperia, it will be interesting to see whether or not there's a priest unit in here that I missed. There might be. Let's see, in Hesperia, there was a battle. And they did come out with something here, like a Great Hawk, White Shaman. We lose 4. We will do these school infantries, so some heavy clubbers, but that's about it. And again, the White Shaman's just being thrown away, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Poor old AI. Some events. Right. So we get a random unit here. I called it Octodad, and it is a Kraken. We got a free Kraken. And it's normally a unit, but in this case it is a commander, which is a little bit funny. And I think right now it's patrolling, but later on I'm gonna be working on a way to give it air breathing, with the intention that I wanted it to move on to land so that we can use it to attack Avas in the final war, because I think that would be absolutely hilarious. Unfortunately, I forged a ring of water breathing for it. I think we're doing that. No, not yet, but later. And that doesn't work. So, and a lot of the things that give water breathing is a body slot, a chest slot, and it doesn't have that. It needs to be a misc slot that gives it water breathing, and I don't believe I found an item yet that can actually do that. So, excuse me, I'm drinking some water because my throat is sore. So I think that would be hilarious, and I'm going to be working on a way to give this one water breathing. But enough of that for now. I was in Devil's Palm, then in Iona to get some gems, and then in Lost Lands. Okay. And there's also something I wanted to talk about, and I'm not sure whether or not this is the case. But you see here we get 3 events, and we get about 3 to 5 events every turn. Despite me having this massive amount of territory, we still only get about 3 to 5 events, which has been the case the entire game. And so my thinking is that maybe there's like a limiter that you can only get so and so many events. And if that is the case, that is actually a kind of a counter argument to taking luck in your territories, in your domain. If you can only get a limited amount of events, why would you want to take luck? Like, if you take misfortune, if you could get an unlimited amount of events per turn, taking misfortune would be more so a disadvantage. But if you get a limited amount of events, you can only get so bad. Whereas on the other hand, if you take luck, you can only get so good. If we only get 3 to 5 events per turn, and I'm not sure whether or not that's the case, but I just can't imagine having this amount of territory and only 3 of the territories trigger an event this turn. And that's sort of been the case for the entire game. So it's just an observation that I've made, and I'm not sure if it has anything to it. I think it's a little bit weird if that's the case. Anyway, construction of the castle enchanted could not progress because the fort was besieged, so we will have to clear that god off our castle in order to continue the construction there. I might have forgotten to do that, actually, later on. The fortification in Rimai is unharmed. We need more men to breach it. And that's because we just had that battle. So we need to move more units down. And there's Shenton. We are under siege, but they cannot harm our walls. And Okajab, we just have one little dude sitting here. And since he's staling, he didn't do anything about it. And the AI cannot help him when he's staling. We have started to destroy the fort in Hesperia. The walls are severely damaged. So that's up here. We are just waiting for us to break in. I will be moving in some more units. The ones that were in Carrion Mire are now moving up here to help that siege. And we have a new famous hero. So, Keejchen, self-insert, the Angel of Fury, now has heroic quickness. So, the way I'm reading it, it stacks with quickness from the boots. And I am not sure whether or not that is true, but the way I'm reading it here, it is. So if I take off the boots, combat speed, you see it disappeared, and current combat speed, 16. And if you get the boots back, That increases your combat speed. More so than the heroic ability is already doing, and I'm not sure whether or not this counts for attack speed as well. So, if anyone knows, please do let me know, because otherwise, if it didn't stack, I would take off the Boots of Quickness and give him another set of boots that could then do something for him. But it seems like they're stacking, which I wouldn't mind. Him hitting even faster and moving even faster would be fine. So I just can't really tell. So I'm leaving the Boots of Quickness on for that reason. And then Adulation, the Raylord. Now we have 2 adulations in the game, which I know that's not the first time it's the case, but whatever. As for troop movements, we are moving a lot of stuff into Rimaya in this turn. Let's see, we have some reinforcements coming, I guess, from way over in Black Harbor. Vekaret here running in with these, and more units being left behind here. Some more angels coming in, so a total of how many angels? 1, 2 angels, 3 angels now. One of them being the Prophet. These units here are moving in, and everything that fled from the surrounding provinces will be moving in. Where are you going? You're going down there. Okay, to pick up those units, I suppose. Because you couldn't. Well, you could have. I'm not sure why I wouldn't do that. Anyway. And we're moving out with more of our Wraithlords, again sitting on a Tinium. Into Hobbit name as thrown here. It's a Symphoria, and there's a laboratory built by the AI here. And I consider doing something with that, but I think I choose not to. Frodo will be taking Nistra, and we are then going to close down these Tinium provinces. We're going to close down the Green Marshes, and I'm attacking with... Oh, right, now we are empowering Adulation the Wraithlord in fire. And we're doing that because then we can do the Burning Skull, I think it's called, which is a +1 to fire magic. And with that, we now have the tools to go to fire level 5 in magic paths. And with that, we can do Lords of Elemental Fire, which I'm assuming that Avas will have those already, but I'm going to try to cast one of them. For that, I have then decided... Oh no, he's not moving this bit yet, but Vintus here will start moving towards Lauria, where we can get the bonus for summoning that, and then that will be, his job is to go to Lauria and summon a Lord of Elemental Fire, King of Elemental Fire, I suppose. We are casting a King of Elemental Earth this turn, and they cost about 55, with 20% reduction is down to like 37, so it's pretty much affordable. And let's do all the crafting and spell casting, I suppose. We have another Wraithlord coming in. Building a temple in here. Sakabale. I didn't rename you. Oh. Maybe I stopped renaming angels at this point because I ran out of ideas. We're doing a Bane Blade here. Reanimate Soulless. Build a castle. Building this up again just to protect it more because it's a key province. Horsebacks, and that's it. And here, nothing there. We have a lab in High Mill, but nothing to do with it specifically. Excuse me. In God Coast, we are moving in an angel who is not scripted. Interesting. Not that it matters a whole lot, but still silly. And we're going to be sitting on all of these forts now. And let's see, moving out here, just claiming all the provinces. We were doing crafting, so Forge Horror Helmet in here, and a Champion's Skull in here, so we have more of those. Just for giving to these Buried Initiates that in the final endgame will be moving out towards Scythia, I suppose, and it would be nice to have some experience on them. Nothing else in here. We're casting Dispel again on the Stellar Focus. That is in here. And we're all casting it by more than we did last time. So we can hopefully get it. We are forging the Moonwhite bracelets in here. Bracelet, one and singular. Which is the final item we need to forge the Holy Grail, the Chalice of Blabba. So Gilliam is ready to do that once the research comes online, and we are indeed going to be breaking construction 8 in the next turn. I managed to push the research just above, which means that I held back a lot of the mages that I kind of wanted to move out in force. I held them one more turn, and then we're going to push out a lot of the mages next turn. But I held a lot of them that I was going to move otherwise to get that done so that we can finally get that thing that I've been wanting for like 10 turns or more. Yep, nothing else in here. Up here, Bob is just researching at this point, also because we need his help researching that item now. We are making a bottle of living water, we are making boost of quickness, and we are doing a sword of swiftness. Dragon helmet here, buying bone fiends here. And I already covered this one. We are doing copper plate in here, which I am gonna probably be giving. I already gave Rock, our new guy here. This is on a reference to Rock the Raspat, which is the god over here. We haven't killed him yet, but whatever. Rock the Raspat will be moving into Wells Teeth Mountains with a copper plate that gives him a shock resistance of 25, and we'll see if he does better than the last experiment. So we're just sort of trying things out with the like, it's a very low commitment because we get the unit back if it fails, so whatever. And he will be moving into Wells Teeth Mountain indeed. And so soon we will be doing sort of the same thing over here with our great bolts. And I think I've covered all of the things then. Probably. We are moving towards Atinium still. We want to try to get Rimai down. They have one final big army here with 160 units with all the Lamias, and it's still growing. It's still casting units every turn. A large mix of units, but annoying nonetheless. Cleaning up Shanton, cleaning up Atinium. And then that's sort of it. Also, just annoying the hell out of Raspa, but we don't really have the armies to go and siege down their forts yet. We're cleaning up the AIs first, and then I wanted to go for Haraspa with everything. Also because they have a non-aggression pact with Avas, I think. They're, by the way, being attacked now by Portis instead of the other way around. The army in here disappeared, so I'm assuming that they went into Portis and then got locked inside the fort because they didn't do a move and patrol. That's probably what happened here. Because I don't know where else this army would have gone. It's probably inside there. And yeah, that is the end of this episode, I think. A copper plate. Unfortunately, I already covered that, indeed. Did I do this one and this one? All respects, nothing special. So yeah, we are still moving forward, trying to clear up the AIs, and then we will be moving on Haraspa. This is it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the coming war. I know I say it every episode, but it will come. The dragons are coming. See you next time. Bye bye.